kind of complicated
I
getting this
know. That's
set.
why
A lot of
I
tech.
haven't attempted it.
Okay, great. Well, welcome everyone. I'm so excited to share Karen Robinson with you today. She's the host. She's a trauma expert and host of the summit that starts tomorrow, Finding Freedom After Trauma. And I just wanted to spend some time and we just wanted to tell you guys what this summit was all about. Take it away, Karen.
Well, first, Elizabeth, I have a few thank yous to give you. I want to say thank you for hosting me now for this live and one that we've done in the past, right? And I also want to thank you for being both an expert speaker as well as a provider in self-care, the deep-seated self-care practices that we also desperately need. So I'm appreciative that you've contributed on both of those levels. And one more thank you. You jumped on the bandwagon of promotion so quickly. It really helped jumpstart our numbers, and now we have over 100 registrants. So I am very thankful to you and appreciative.
Wonderful. Well, we're creating a space here, you and me and all the other speakers, for healing.
Mhm.
And the idea is to kind of get the word out so people, um, you know, are available so they can make the room on their schedule to come and share with us. You want to tell us what's in store?
Sure. Yeah, so I just want to also say too that one of my clients told me they were so happy we were doing this because she felt trauma and transgenerational trauma is not talked about nearly enough, and the same with addictions and mental health. And I think that the practices and coping skills that we'll be teaching at the summit work for all of those things, right? Or those issues. So this particular summit is a bit unique because I love to do it all and I hate making decisions on picking things. So I feel like I did a little bit of a mistake on this. We'll see how it plays out. But it's National Stalking Awareness Month, and I'm a personal survivor of being stalked. I have some great friends and colleagues who've also been stalked. So I really wanted to do something around that too. Okay. So that's on Saturday. And I one day summit on stalking kind of makes sense for what's out there for research and safety plans. Like I think we can do a pretty good job covering that in one day. However, transgenerational trauma, what we're doing on Friday, it feels like we're just going to be what's that word? Like it's like a toe in the water of what to cover because it's such a vast subject. Like I had I could do this 2 day thing. Well, I don't want to say it was a mistake on how I'm doing it now because putting our toe in is fine. It's exposure for people that haven't been really talking about it, right? Or haven't been exposed. But there really is a lot of more work to be done. I want to talk more about epigenetics. I want to talk about more about the different types of transgenerational trauma that happens with people of color, our Jewish brothers and sisters, our Middle Eastern brothers and sisters. Like there's just it's so complicated and so much to it that I'm afraid we're not going to do it justice in one day, but it's still going to be an amazing day on Friday as well. I have people coming in or have submitted recordings just telling their stories in a brief way, talking about how they've overcome stalking or their perspective on transgenerational trauma, their family story. I have practices for self-care that will be highlighted. So practitioners, I'm struggling with that word today, like yourself, Elizabeth, will have an opportunity to show what their strength in teaching self-care looks like. So we have anything from visualizations to stretching to journaling exercises, and even a short little talk about self-compassion and some techniques you can do with so that's really cool. Okay, so I said survivors will tell their stories. We have the self-care exercises, we have the expert speakers, and we also have a survival panel each day of the summit where survivors can field questions from the audience. And I will be moderating, and I will have a few questions of my own to pose to them. And the questions are meant to be uplifting and inspirational in nature. You know, we do want to spend time talking about the seriousness of trauma, but what's most important to move people forward is talking about healing, you know, investing in your healing, investing your energy, investing your time, and investing your money too. It's that important. Okay, so now I'm going to shut up for a minute, see if you have questions or anything you want to say.
Yes, that's a great breakdown. Um, Thank you for that. Also, I'm just gonna uh, say that anybody that signs up gets a link to a PDF that's I don't know, it's long, it's maybe 30, 36, 35 pages, something like that, where you can, that's just for the summit. So you can take notes. And I opened mine up this morning, was really tickled with it. So a lot of work's gone into the summit, and I'm eager to hear the different stories, the different approaches from different experts who have kind of, in the trauma recovery field. Um, and also, I love that we're supporting the community of survivors. Um, I know for me, I experienced something when I was 15 that was really terrifying. And I felt like I just kind of got left out in the cold.
Mhm.
I didn't have anywhere to turn. And I mean, I survived it and stuff, but it left this, it left that wound, that trauma wound, which took until I found somebody that actually knew what to do about it, that actually knew how to help me heal it. It just kind of stayed in that, and I would get triggered and stuff. And um, so I know what it's like to
Mhm.
have gone through something and to be a survivor, which is what a blessing. And then you have to live with the fallout. So it's really well worth the effort to heal. And that wound that we get, trauma is that the Greek word for wound, and wounds are like they scar over, and the scar tissue is not flexible, right? So our nervous system becomes not so flexible, and in healing, we we gain flexibility, and as we go through the healing process, and then we find better at finding safety in the world, better at self-regulating, better at co-regulating, just kind of better at finding a safe space within us, right? Which I didn't have no idea that we could even do that.
Yeah. It's a miracle.
I know. Like there's tools for this stuff. This is great.
Or just learning that our bodies, our souls has all the answers to our suffering. We just have to get quiet, you
Yeah.
know, we just have to spend some time with ourselves and allow that healing process to happen. And it's okay to have guides like us
Mhm.
and different tools to try to help us with that. That's really cool.
Yeah, the problem with being still is it mimics the shutdown response. So, then we can get the nervous system can be very confusing, which is why it's helpful to have guides like us to, help you actually get to a place where you feel comfortable in being more still. I start with a kind of a moving meditation when I've got kind of new people coming into recovery, so that we're sitting still, but we're still moving a little bit. And
Yeah.
that's a little bit way to ease into that stillness. And then we gradually get there. And then there's, that whole process is very healing, but we have to find our way there.
Yeah, I think I watched a video of you actually doing that in a yoga and you were moving like side to side. And I actually did it with you as you were teaching it. I was watching the recording and
Mhm.
I loved it. It was up my alley and a lot of the people that I work with because we are so busy and so caught up with overworking, overdoing. We don't take that time to settle and get quiet. And so when we do it, it's we're antsy. It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And so techniques like that are
Mhm.
very powerful. I also want to mention too that you and I are both survivors and experts at what we do. A lot of the presenters are the same. You know,
Mhm.
they're also survivors, which makes it beautiful because it means we get it. It means we of course don't know what it's like to be in everybody's shoes, but we get that trauma and having wounds is pretty painful. You know, we get that what it means to suffer. And as experts in our field, we also have that perspective on what it looks like to start healing and be on that healing journey. And to be in an opportunity where we can share that with others, like, wow, don't we have the best jobs in the world?
Best ever. The, the best ever.
Best. Yeah.
It's wonderful to be in a space where um someone comes in protected, and within just a few minutes we can get them calm, and they can remember, oh, my body remembers how to be calm, and I actually feel safe in this moment, right? When in for me, I just, the stress response was stuck in the on position for so long, and I was just hyper vigilant. That was my pattern. I had a habit of being super tense. And I met somebody new on Zoom a few days ago. We talked on the phone, but he'd never seen me, and I was just doing the tech on the back end and met him before he did his presentation. And you know what he said? It was so interesting. He said, "Oh, Elizabeth, it's nice to meet you. You look so peaceful." And I said, "You should have seen me 10 years ago."
Yeah.
But that was like the ultimate compliment, right? Or
I think so.
testimonial for the work, the value of the work, that somebody can actually see that, progress. Yeah.
I'm so amused by that for lots of reasons, but one of them is I still get really anxious despite all the healing I've done. So I always know there's more healing that I need to work on. But when I get excited, that anxiety gets triggered too, because they look so similar in the body feels it the same way. So I
Mm.
get tense and talk faster and I get busier. And my husband's like, relax. And I'm like, I feel pretty good. Like this is if someone's telling me to relax in this excitement, like I can't imagine what I looked like when I was riddled with anxiety back in the past, you know? It's
Mhm.
that wasn't fun. One time, because of my trauma and I was in a really toxic, unhealthy relationship, I was so anxious. It led to the point where I couldn't move my neck at all. And
Wow.
so when I was at the ER, they actually started an IV and they put Valium in it. And I
Oh,
was like, okay, this is probably a good indicator. I just need to leave this marriage. I've really tried. I've tried. You know, when they have to put Valium in your line to make you relax, I need to heal. And you can't heal from trauma if you're still in it, you know, not very
oh.
effectively, in my opinion. You know, you can't be in toxic relationships and heal. Do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree with that at all. And I'll also say, we can't do it alone. Yes, self-regulation is important for us to learn. Um, I mean, it's just an important tool. And I heard Dr. Stephen Porges a couple of months ago was talking with his son about the new book that they brought out, and this was the conversation was, yes, self-regulation is great, but co-regulation, there's more healing that actually, evidence-based data tells us that co-regulation, two people in safety together, there's more healing that actually happens. So we really do need to we need to do this together
Yes.
in a safe relationship. So we get traumatized in unsafe relationship, and we heal in safe relationship.
Yes. So that could be one-on-one with a therapist or a healer, with energetic medicine, spiritual practices. It can look, different. That's why I have a variety of people coming. So if one person isn't a great fit for you, like it's just not person doesn't meet your style, there are other, providers available. But I also think that co-regulation thing, there's lots of new research too that it's the concept or the theory is not new, but there's more recent research, I should say, because our native our native populations have always healed together in community, right? So it's not a new concept, but it's really important to talk about what healing communities look like too, that support group function, that community of AA or the community of um, any kind of community where people with a, a similar issue come together. So like I have a community of career women who are survivors of trauma, who are successful in most areas of their life. There's some things that trip them up. Relationships is usually one of them, right?
Mhm.
Because it's hard to overwork a relationship to make it work,
That's
because
true.
you're only one person out of the two. So, and since we can't control other people,
Mhm.
that's a tough one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So what
Yeah,
else?
beautiful. Um, so do you know how many speakers you have?
Well, I saw a post where you actually listed it. I did count one time and I'm terrible
Can't
at like
remember.
remembering.
A
Maybe
bunch.
17-ish.
Okay, that's a bunch. Yeah, it's a bunch. You've got, and I love that the variety pack that you bring. There's something for everyone, and so it starts at 11 Eastern tomorrow, Friday, and goes to 5 p.m. Eastern, and that last hour is the survivors panel,
Mhm.
and it's both days, Saturday and Sunday for that time. I think you're using the same Zoom link, so you just come in and go out
Doesn't change. Yep.
as you can.
Hmm.
And also the each I think some of the speakers or all of the speakers, I'm not sure how many, have a free gift that they offer,
Hmm.
and
Yep. Almost all of them.
a VIP package. So it's like a package at a discount for the VIP package. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had taken the time. You know how some really well organized summit host. I'm digging at myself a little bit, like because we're a very small team right now. It was two of us working on this,
Mhm.
the back end. And, I wish I had taken the time to calculate the value
Uh,
the VIP and the gifts,
mhm.
because I think it would be mind blowing. Like some really cool things are being offered. And any time that's being offered by a healer, coach, therapist, their time is not super abundant. And so if they are offering up a time to spend with just getting a survivor started, it's so beautiful to me.
Mhm.
Like one of the speakers, and she's actually giving her time to everyone, not even the VIPs. She's giving some of her time to every single person that requests it.
Amazing.
So I'm not sure I don't think she thought I was gonna have over 100 people sign up.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot. I'm not sure I'd be able to do that. That would just my schedule would be, yeah, be difficult.
I'm having a hard time managing my schedule as it is. So I'm offering the VIP some time with me, and I will be able to manage that. I'll have to spread it out, but
Oh, yes,
um,
please tell us about that's another aspect of the VIP is an hour with you. I mean,
mhm.
you still have to schedule it out, but that's included in the VI package is an hour with you, which is
Yeah,
quite a value. So um
I
uh
think so.
I'm excited.
I'm a little biased.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I'm a little biased too. I'm excited about that. And I'm excited to meet all the I know some of these people, some of the people I know already. I know a couple of your sponsors and one or two of the other speakers, but I get to meet some new people that are in our field, and I always love that because it makes room for collaboration, and we all learn, right?
so much.
We learn. Everybody's a teacher for everyone else, so I'm excited about that. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today, and I know you've got a lot going on. I just wanted to kind of spend some time and get the word out to the to the to my group, and that we've got this beautiful summit coming up, Finding Freedom After Trauma, Friday and Saturday, tomorrow and the next day from uh, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time. And it's a free registration. When we're done
Yes.
here, I'll come back and put the registration link in the comment section, so you guys will be able to sign up. All right, awesome. All
Thank
right,
you so much.
thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone.